Hey guys, it's me, Pooja723, and I'm here with my February book haul. I know, I'm a couple days late. It's March, but hey, everybody has lives and they've got things to do. But I was still able to make a video for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoy. I only have about 7 books because, February being such a short month, there's really not a lot of time, buying books. But I think 7 books is pretty decent for such a short month. I mean, I already have like a ton of books already. Why would I want to accumulate more to my TBR but with books that I'll never ever read? Well, no, I can't say I'll never ever read them. I shall eventually read them. First book is Sea of Shadows by Kelly Armstrong. This is a paranormal fantasy type book. I'm not really, that into paranormal fantasy books, but this caught my interest because it's basically about 2 sisters who have a certain type of power. Like they both have different powers that can overthrow this evil, wicked empire, it's sort of Hunger Games-ish with a little paranormal romance in it. So yeah, this book does seem interesting to me. The second book is Shadow of the War Machine by Kristen Bailey. This is the 3rd and final book in the Legacy of the Clockwork Key trilogy. I have not read either of the books, but from what I've heard on Goodreads and on Amazon, that this series is really good. It's really steampunkish, and it has a mix of fantasy and historical fiction. So I don't really read a lot of historical fiction books, but from what I've read on Goodreads, that this series is really interesting, and I'm definitely going to marathon these series now that I have all 3 books. The next book is Woven by Michael Jensen and David Powers King. I'm not sure if this is a YA book or if this is a middle grade book because I found it in Barnes & Nobles. It was in the YA section, but then when I looked up Goodreads, it said middle grade, but whatever. I don't care, middle grade, YA, adult books, it doesn't matter. A book is a book. That's just my opinion. But yeah, this book is basically, your main character is a ghost, and he was a knight, and he fell in love with a princess, of course. That's how all these high fantasy medieval type of books go, and yeah, your main character is pretty much a ghost, so you're reading from a ghost's point of view, which is something I've never read before, and I'm really interested in how this book concludes. Right now this is a standalone. Hopefully, this book will have sequels because this really does seem interesting to me. The next book is by Tamora Peters. This is the 2nd book in the Alana series. The book is called In the Hand of the Goddess. Like I said before, in my book haul, well, not in my, my January book haul and my bookshelf tour, Tamora Peters is the reason why we have a plethora of YA fantasy books and high fantasy books, She is the reason why I feel like every booktuber or every person in the world that loves to read, they definitely need to pick up a Tamora Peters book. You will not regret it. The next book is a high adult fantasy book, so this is called The Thousand Names by Django Wexler. This is my first adult fantasy book other than Lord of the Rings. I guess you can call Lord of the Rings an adult fantasy book, but I really think, in my opinion, Lord of the Rings is like a classic. Everybody has to read that. But yeah, this is my first adult fantasy book. I have heard good things about this book. I would assume that this is pretty much Lord of the Rings with, blood and gore and all that good stuff, all that good violence. So I'm hoping to read this as soon as possible and tell you guys about it. The second book is The Shadow Throne, which is a sequel to A Thousand Names. I got this and The Thousand Names off of Book Outlet. And, adult books are normally $25, but on Book Outlet I got this and its sequel for about $6 each. So, that's a really good price for a hardcover adult fantasy book. And the final book is Zodiac by Romania Russell. This is basically a sci-fi book based on the zodiac signs, and apparently in this book there's a 13th sign that's causing trouble, and apparently the Cancer sign, or whoever is, you know, the hero. So, you know, all you Cancer people out there, this book, you guys are the main hero in this book. I am not a Cancer, unfortunately. I'm a Leo. So, I don't know what my sign is in this book. So yeah, that's my book haul for the month of February. Hopefully I'll have more books in March, but if not, you know, even if I have 3 books, I'll still film. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll have another video up soon. Bye!